Okay, have you ever really thought about what goes into making a scanner work? Or how someone actually gets a job as a scanning operator? Sounds a bit mundane.
Right.
But trust me, you're about to discover a whole hidden world of tech and precision. Today, we're diving deep into the career of a scanning operator, uncovering the skills, knowledge, and interview strategies that can make you a top candidate.
Exactly.
To help us navigate this, we have two great resources from RoleCatcher:
Okay.
the Career Guide for Scanning Operators and their Interview Guide, packed with insider tips and sample questions.
Awesome.
We're going to use these to, well, help you absolutely ace that interview.
Sounds good.
So, who is a scanning operator? I mean, what do they actually do?
Well, in the simplest terms, they take physical materials, like documents, photos, anything like that,
Mhm.
and they turn them into high-quality digital copies
Okay.
using scanners and software. It's all about resolution and preserving detail, making sure those scans are top-notch.
So it's like when I scan like an old family photo to share online or, save it forever.
Exactly. You got it.
I never thought of it like that.
But it goes way beyond just old photos. Think about all the documents in libraries and museums, historical records, even medical files. Scanning operators play a vital role in preserving and making all that information accessible.
Wow. I'm already seeing this job in a whole new light.
It's pretty fascinating when you dig into it. And the career guide actually dives into the variety of settings scanning operators work in: publishing houses, graphic design firms, even government agencies.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Lots of options.
And then there's that whole thing about technology advances, right?
Absolutely. That's a huge part of it. The technology is constantly evolving, so staying current is key.
So you can't just learn one scanner and call it a day.
Not really. You need to be adaptable and keep up with the latest software and techniques. But don't worry, RoleCatcher actually offers skill guides to help people do just that.
Okay, good to know.
Though we won't be diving into those today, but they're a great resource.
Okay, well noted. But before we jump into the interview prep,
Yeah.
I'm curious about the pros and cons of this job. The career guide mentions a few.
Yeah, sure.
Let's start with the good stuff. What are some of the perks of being a scanning operator?
Well, it's a good entry-level position. You don't necessarily need a ton of experience to get started.
Okay.
Plus, there's definitely potential for career advancement. You can move up the ranks and take on more responsibility.
And you're developing valuable technical skills along the way.
Absolutely. You're becoming proficient with different scanners and software, which can be useful in all sorts of fields.
So it's not just a dead-end job.
Not at all. But of course, no job is perfect.
True.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the cons. What are some of the less glamorous aspects of this job?
Well, it can be a bit repetitive. Spending hours scanning documents can get a little monotonous.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
And there's also the potential for eye strain, especially if you're not taking breaks and practicing good ergonomics.
That's a good point.
But there are ways to mitigate those downsides. Proper posture, regular breaks, and focusing on the bigger picture, the importance of preserving information, that can help a lot.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's all about perspective.
All right, so we've got a good overview of the job.
Right.
But now let's get down to business.
Okay.
Let's nail that interview. The interview guide from RoleCatcher is our roadmap here. It's got some great sample questions and insights.
So sure.
But before we dive in, I just want to clarify. RoleCatcher also offers some really cool AI-powered tools to help tailor your answers and even practice your delivery. But for now, we'll focus on understanding the questions themselves.
Okay.
Sound good? So the first question is a classic. What inspired you to pursue this role as a scanning operator? Seems simple enough, right?
Yeah, it seems simple, but there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. The interviewer's actually trying to gauge your passion and motivation.
Uh-huh.
They want to see if you're genuinely interested in this field or if you're just looking for any job.
So saying, well, I just need a paycheck is probably not the best approach.
Probably not. The interview guide suggests highlighting relevant skills or experiences that sparked your interest.
Oh, okay.
Like maybe you've always enjoyed working with technology or you have a knack for detail.
Right. Or maybe you just really appreciate the idea of preserving history.
Exactly.
Okay.
Think about what genuinely drew you to this field and then connect those dots for the interviewer.
So it's about making it personal, showing them you're not just applying for a job, you're pursuing a passion.
You got it.
Okay, I like that. Now, what kind of follow-up questions could come from this one? I mean, what if they dig deeper?
Well, they might ask about specific projects you've worked on that demonstrate those skills.
Okay.
Or they might want to know more about your understanding of the industry's challenges and opportunities.
Like they might say, What are some of the latest trends in scanning technology that you find exciting?
Exactly. They
Okay.
want to see if you've done your research and you're genuinely interested in staying up to date.
So it's about showing them you're not just thinking about today, you're thinking about the future of the field.
Exactly.
Okay. This is really helpful. I feel like I'm already getting a much better grasp on how to approach that first question.
Good.
What's next?
All right, question number 2 gets a little more technical. It's, what experience do you have with scanning equipment and software?
Oh, okay. Time to impress them with my mad scanner skills.
Right. But seriously, what they're really looking for here is proof that you can handle the technical aspects of the job.
Okay. So how do I do that?
Be specific. Mention the brands and models of scanners you've used, any software you're familiar with, and any relevant training or certifications you have.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to get into the nitty-gritty.
Got it. So even if I haven't worked professionally as a scanning operator, any experience with scanners is worth mentioning.
Absolutely. Even if it's just something like digitizing family photos, it shows initiative and a willingness to learn.
Okay, good to know. What if I'm lacking experience with a specific piece of equipment or software they mention?
Honesty is key. Acknowledge that you haven't used that particular model or software, but emphasize your eagerness to learn.
Okay.
You could say something like, while my experience with X software is limited, I'm a quick learner and eager to master new programs.
Okay, I like that. So it's about being honest about your limitations, but also highlighting your willingness to adapt and grow.
Exactly.
Okay, good stuff. Now, what kind of follow-up questions could stem from this one? What if they want to probe a little deeper?
They might ask about specific challenges you've encountered while using certain equipment or software,
Okay.
or how you've stayed up to date with the latest advancements in scanning technology. They might even throw a hypothetical scenario at you, something like, imagine you're working on a project and the scanner malfunctions. What steps would you take to troubleshoot the issue?
Okay. That's a good one. It's not just about what you know, it's about how you think and how you approach problems.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm feeling much more confident about showcasing my technical skills now. What's the next question we should be ready for?
All right, this next one is all about accuracy. They'll probably ask you, how do you ensure that scanned documents are accurate and complete?
Oh, okay. This is where my inner perfectionist shines.
Right. But they want more than just, I'm really careful.
Okay.
Walk them through your process,
Got it.
step by step. How do you check for missing pages?
Uh-huh.
How do you handle distorted images?
Okay.
Do you have a system for double checking your work?
Okay.
The more specific you are, the better.
So instead of just saying, I'm detail-oriented, I need to actually give them concrete examples of my quality control method.
Exactly. You want to paint a picture of your meticulous approach. The interview guide even suggests mentioning specific techniques you use, like comparing the digital copy to the original document, or using software tools to enhance image quality.
Okay, wow. This is making me realize how much thought actually goes into being a scanning operator. It's not just about scanning, it's about preserving information accurately.
Right.
Okay. Now, what kind of follow-up questions could they ask to really test my attention to detail?
Well, they could ask about a time you caught a mistake in a scan, how you fixed it, what you learned from the experience. Or they might present a scenario where you're working on a large project with a tight deadline. They want to see how you maintain accuracy under pressure.
Oh, okay. So they're really looking for someone who can handle the pressure and stay focused even when things get hectic.
Exactly.
These are great insights. I'm feeling much more prepared to showcase my attention to detail.
Good.
What's next?
All right, question number 4 delves into a crucial aspect of the job, especially when you're dealing with sensitive information.
Okay.
The question is, how do you handle confidential or sensitive documents?
Okay, this is serious. I'm guessing they want more than just a my lips are sealed response.
Yeah, you're right. They want to see a clear understanding of confidentiality protocols and your commitment to following them. Mention any experience you have with password-protected files, restricted access systems, or other security measures. If you've worked in an environment where confidentiality was paramount, like a bank or a doctor's office, definitely highlight that.
So it's about using real-world examples to show that I understand the importance of protecting sensitive information.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, what kind of follow-up questions could come from this one? What if they want to probe my ethics a little bit?
They might ask about a specific situation where you had to handle confidential information, how you ensured its security, and what steps you took to protect it.
Uh,
Or they could present a hypothetical scenario like a colleague asking you to share confidential information. They want to see how you would respond in a challenging situation.
okay, I'm definitely seeing the importance of conveying my commitment to confidentiality.
Yeah.
What's next on our question lineup?
All right. Question number 5 tackles a skill that's essential for any scanning operator, especially when you're juggling multiple projects. It's how do you prioritize your workload when you have multiple scanning projects to complete?
Ooh, time management. That's my middle name?
Oh,
Well, not really, but I do love a good to-do list.
good. What the interview guide suggests for this question is outlining your specific strategies for prioritizing tasks, managing deadlines, and staying organized.
Okay.
Do you use any project management software?
Uh-huh.
Do you have a system for tracking progress?
Okay.
Be specific and give them a glimpse into your organizational prowess.
So it's not enough to just say I'm good at multitasking.
Uh-huh.
I need to prove it with concrete examples.
Exactly. You want to show them that you have a system and that you can handle multiple priorities without dropping the ball.
Okay. What kind of follow-up questions might they ask to really dig deeper into my organizational style?
They might ask about your preferred methods for staying organized, or how you handle unexpected disruptions or changes in priorities, or what steps you take to ensure that all projects are completed on time and to the required standards.
Okay, I'm feeling inspired to organize my entire life right now. What's next?
All right, question number 6 is all about problem solving. They might ask something like, how do you troubleshoot issues with scanning equipment or software?
Time to put on my tech support hat.
Right. But seriously, they want to see your technical aptitude and your ability to think critically and solve problems independently.
Okay, so what kind of answer are they hoping for here?
Describe the steps you would take. Like checking error messages, consulting user manuals, researching online solutions. Mention any specific instances where you've successfully diagnosed and solved technical issues.
Okay, so it's about showcasing a proactive and logical approach to problem solving, not just relying on luck or basic fixes.
Exactly. And if you're unfamiliar with a specific piece of equipment or software, acknowledge that and express your willingness to learn. You could say something like, while I haven't encountered this specific issue before, I'm confident in my ability to research and find a solution.
Okay, that's a great tip.
Yeah.
What kind of follow-up questions might they ask to really test my troubleshooting skills further?
Well, they might ask you to describe a particularly challenging technical problem you faced, how you approached it, what resources you used, what you learned from the experience, or they could present a hypothetical scenario involving a malfunctioning scanner and ask you to walk them through your troubleshooting process step by step.
All right, I'm feeling more and more prepared to tackle those technical challenges. What's next on our question agenda?
All right, this one might seem simple, but it's surprisingly revealing. They might ask, how do you maintain a clean and organized scanning area?
Okay, I'll admit, my desk isn't always the tidiest. But I'm guessing a messy workspace isn't a selling point for this job.
You're right. A clean and organized workspace is essential for efficiency, accuracy, and safety. Explain your approach to maintaining a tidy work area, from wiping down surfaces to organizing documents and supplies.
Okay.
Emphasize how this contributes to your overall productivity and the quality of your work.
So it's not just about aesthetics. It's about showing that I understand the importance of a well-maintained workspace for getting the job done right.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, what kind of follow-up questions might they ask to really dig deeper into my organizational habits?
They might ask about your experience working in a shared workspace, how you collaborate with colleagues to maintain cleanliness and order.
Uh-huh.
Or they could ask about specific challenges you've faced in maintaining a tidy workspace, like a high volume of documents or limited storage space, and how you overcame them.
All right. I'm inspired to declutter my desk right now. What's the next question we should be prepared for?
Okay, question number 8 builds on that idea of organization. They might ask you, how do you ensure that scanned documents are properly filed and saved?
Oh, file management.
Yeah.
It might not be the most glamorous part of the job, but I know it's crucial for keeping everything organized and accessible.
Absolutely. The interview guide recommends outlining your specific approach to file management,
Okay.
highlighting your meticulousness and accuracy. Do you use a consistent naming convention?
Uh-huh.
Do you have a system for categorizing and storing files?
Okay.
Do you back up your work regularly?
Okay.
These are all important details to share.
So instead of just saying, I'm good at saving files, I need to demonstrate that I have a well-defined system that ensures accuracy and organization.
Exactly.
Okay. What kind of follow-up questions might they have about my approach to organization and archiving?
They might ask about your experience with different file formats, or your knowledge of data security and backup procedures,
Okay.
or even how you would handle a situation where a file is accidentally deleted or corrupted.
Oh, wow.
They want to see that you're prepared for anything.
Okay, I'm starting to feel like a master of digital organization.
Good.
What's next on our question list?
All right, question number 9 takes it a step further. They might ask, how do you ensure that scanned documents are accessible to those who need them?
Oh, okay, accessibility.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing they're looking for more than just I put it in the shared folder.
You're right. The interview guide highlights the need to demonstrate your knowledge of different access methods and your ability to cater to various needs.
Okay.
Have you used any cloud-based storage systems?
Uh-huh.
Are you familiar with any document management software?
Yeah?
Do you know how to create files in different formats for compatibility?
Okay.
These are all important things to consider.
So it's about showing that I understand the importance of making information accessible to different users, even if they have varying technical capabilities or
Yeah.
access limitations.
Exactly.
Okay. What kind of follow-up questions might they have to test my knowledge of accessibility best practices?
They might ask about your experience working with individuals who have specific accessibility needs,
Okay.
or your knowledge of relevant software or assistive technologies.
Okay.
Or they might even ask you how you would handle a situation where a user is unable to access a scanned document.
Okay.
They want to see that you're committed to making information inclusive and available to everyone.
Okay. I'm feeling inspired to become an accessibility advocate. What's our final question for this part of the deep dive?
All right, question number 10 looks towards the future. They might ask you, how do you stay up to date with new scanning technologies and techniques?
Ooh, I love learning new things. But what are they really looking for with this question?
They want to see that you're passionate about your field, that you're dedicated to staying at the forefront of the industry.
Oh.
Do you attend conferences or workshops?
Uh-huh.
Do you read industry publications? Do you
Uh-huh.
follow online forums or blogs?
Okay.
They want to see how you stay informed.
So it's not just about knowing the latest tech. It's about showing that I'm actively seeking out knowledge and constantly striving to improve my skills.
Exactly. The interview guide even suggests mentioning specific courses or certifications you've pursued. It demonstrates your dedication to professional development.
Okay, I'm making a mental note to check out some online courses on scanning technologies. Now, what kind of follow-up questions might they have to gauge my commitment to ongoing learning?
They might ask about specific technologies or trends that you're excited about, how you incorporate new knowledge into your work, or what steps you take to stay ahead of the curve. They're looking for that spark of curiosity and a desire to constantly evolve.
Wow, we've covered a lot of ground already. We've explored 10 crucial interview questions, and I feel much more prepared to tackle them with confidence. But before we move on, I'd love to hear more about how RoleCatcher's AI can help tailor my answers and give me personalized feedback.
Sure.
What can you tell us about that?
Well, RoleCatcher's AI can truly transform your interview preparation.
Oh, wow.
It can analyze job descriptions, identify key skills, and help you craft targeted responses that highlight your strengths.
So it's like having a personal interview coach at my fingertips.
Exactly.
Cool.
And the best part is that it can provide feedback on your video practice sessions. Analyze your delivery, body language, and overall performance.
Wow.
It's like having a virtual mock interview with expert guidance.
This is amazing. I'm definitely going to check out RoleCatcher's AI tools. Now, in part 2 of our deep dive, we'll explore the career path for scanning operators in more detail. We'll delve into the different stages, responsibilities, and challenges you might encounter as you progress.
Okay, sounds good.
So stay tuned.
All right.
Welcome back to the deep dive. Before we jump back into interview prep, let's take a closer look at where a career as a scanning operator can lead. As we touched on earlier, the career guide outlines a clear progression, starting with the trainee role.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what does a typical day look like for a scanning operator trainee? I mean, what are they actually doing?
Well, imagine yourself in a bustling environment surrounded by experienced professionals. As a trainee, you're assisting with various tasks like preparing documents for scanning,
Okay.
learning how to operate different types of scanners.
Right. Understanding the importance of quality control.
Okay, so it's a lot of learning the ropes from the ground up.
Exactly. It's all about soaking up knowledge and developing your skills.
Okay. The career guide also includes example profiles. What kind of person usually excels as a trainee? What are some of the qualities they have?
Well, they often describe someone with a strong work ethic,
Uh-huh.
eagerness to learn and meticulous attention to detail.
Okay, so those classic entry-level qualities, but really amped up for this kind of work.
Exactly. They might have some like basic certifications in scanning operations, or perhaps a background in a related field like office administration or data entry.
Okay, so it's a great entry-level position for someone who's organized, detail-oriented, and eager to learn. But what happens once you've mastered the basics? What's the next step up?
Well, the next rung on the ladder is junior scanning operator. Now you're taking on more responsibility,
Okay.
operating scanners independently, troubleshooting basic technical issues.
So you're not just following instructions anymore, you're making decisions and taking ownership of your work.
Exactly.
Okay. What qualities are essential for someone to thrive in this role?
The career guide highlights the importance of technical proficiency, problem-solving skills, and of course, a strong commitment to quality.
Okay, so it's a step up in terms of both technical skills and independence.
Exactly.
But what about leadership? Are there opportunities to, manage others in this field?
Absolutely. As you gain experience and expertise, you can progress to the role of senior scanning operator. This is where leadership skills come into play.
Okay.
You might be leading a team of operators, training new hires, or even working directly with clients to manage projects.
Wow, so it's a significant jump in terms of responsibility. What kind of skills and experience would someone need to land a senior scanning operator position?
Well, the career guide emphasizes the importance of proving leadership abilities, excellent communication skills, and a deep understanding of scanning technologies and best practices.
Okay, so it's a combination of technical expertise, leadership qualities, and strong communication skills. But is there a final level, like the ultimate goal for someone in this field?
Yes. The pinnacle of this career path, according to the career guide, is the scanning supervisor.
Oh, wow.
This role involves overseeing the entire scanning operation.
Okay.
Managing budgets, implementing new technologies, and ensuring compliance with industry regulations.
So you've gone from trainee to the head honcho. That's an impressive journey. What kind of person excels in this top-level position?
The career guide describes a scanning supervisor as a strategic thinker with exceptional leadership and management skills. They have a deep understanding of the scanning industry, a knack for problem solving, and a proven ability to lead and motivate a team.
Wow, this overview of the career path is so helpful. It's inspiring to see that there are real opportunities for growth and advancement in this field. But now let's circle back to interview prep. Knowing these different career stages, how can RoleCatcher's AI help someone tailor their answers to, really impress the interviewer?
That's a great question. RoleCatcher's AI is incredibly powerful in helping you present yourself as the ideal candidate for the specific role you're targeting.
Okay.
So let's say you're interviewing for a trainee position. The AI can analyze the job description and your resume, identifying keywords and skills that align with the role.
Okay.
It might suggest highlighting your coursework in digital imaging, or your experience working on team projects, or even your volunteer work that involved organization and attention to detail.
So it's like having a personal assistant who knows exactly what the employer is looking for and helps you craft the perfect answers. What about for more senior roles, where leadership experience is crucial?
The AI is equally effective in helping you showcase your leadership skills.
Okay.
So imagine you're interviewing for a senior scanning operator position. You might be asked behavioral questions like, tell me about a time you had to motivate a team. Or, describe a situation where you had to resolve a conflict.
Okay.
RoleCatcher's AI can guide you towards framing your responses in a way that highlights your leadership qualities,
Okay.
drawing from specific examples in your work history.
So it's not about making things up. It's about using the AI to pinpoint the most relevant experiences from your past that demonstrate the skills they're looking for.
Exactly. And for those aiming for the scanning supervisor role, where strategic thinking and vision are paramount, RoleCatcher's AI can help you articulate your ideas, clearly and concisely,
Right.
showcasing your ability to lead and inspire a team.
This is incredible. I can see how RoleCatcher's AI can be a game changer for anyone serious about acing that interview and landing their dream job in the scanning field.
Yeah.
Now let's dive back into the interview guide and tackle some more of those challenging questions, knowing that we have RoleCatcher's AI in our corner.
Okay.
What's next on the list?
Let's revisit question 3. How do you ensure that scanned documents are accurate and complete? Remember, This is where you really want to showcase your attention to detail and commitment to quality.
Yes. I remember we talked about the importance of outlining a systematic approach, detailing each step of your quality control process.
Precisely. And if you're aiming for a more senior role, you can take this answer to the next level.
Oh, okay. How so?
You could mention implementing specific quality control procedures for your team,
Uh-huh.
developing training materials,
Okay.
or using specialized software to enhance accuracy.
That's a great point. So it's about showcasing not just your personal approach to quality control, but also your ability to implement those standards across a team.
Exactly. And remember, RoleCatcher's AI can help you identify the most relevant examples from your work history to support your claims.
This is really helpful. I'm starting to see how the AI can be used to tailor my answers to different career stages.
Absolutely. The AI is incredibly versatile and adaptable. It can help you present yourself as the ideal candidate, whether you're a fresh-faced trainee or a seasoned supervisor.
Okay, I'm feeling much more confident about tackling those interview questions. What's next on our list?
Let's move on to question 4. How do you handle confidential or sensitive documents?
Okay.
This is a crucial question for any scanning operator, regardless of their career stage.
Yes, I remember we discussed the importance of highlighting our understanding of confidentiality protocols and our commitment to protecting sensitive information.
Exactly. And for those aiming for leadership roles, you can expand on this
Okay.
by discussing how you would implement confidentiality training for your team,
Uh-huh.
ensure compliance with regulations, or even develop new security measures.
So it's about showcasing not just your personal integrity, but also your ability to create a culture of confidentiality within a team.
Precisely. And RoleCatcher's AI can help you identify those key moments in your career where you demonstrated leadership in protecting sensitive information.
This is really insightful. I'm feeling much more prepared to showcase my commitment to confidentiality. What's the next question on our agenda?
Welcome back to the deep dive. We've been exploring the world of scanning operators, from the day-to-day tasks to the potential career path and all that.
It's been fascinating.
Yeah.
I'm ready for more. What interview question should we tackle next?
Let's revisit question 5. How do you prioritize your workload when you have multiple scanning projects to complete? This one's all about showing off your organizational skills and your ability to, manage your time effectively.
Yeah, okay. I remember we talked about how important it is to have a structured approach to this, detail those specific strategies for prioritizing tasks, managing deadlines, staying organized, all that.
Exactly. And if you're aiming for a leadership role, you can take this answer even further.
Okay, how so?
You could talk about your experience in delegating tasks, setting priorities for a team, using project management tools to keep everything on track.
So it's not just about managing your own workload. It's about showing you can manage projects and lead others.
Exactly. And RoleCatcher's AI can be super helpful here. It can actually pinpoint those moments in your career where you successfully managed multiple projects or led a team to reach a goal.
That's awesome. I'm feeling way more confident about showing off my organizational and leadership skills now. What's next?
Let's move on to question 6. This one focuses on problem solving. How do you troubleshoot issues with scanning equipment or software?
Okay, remember we talked about how important it is to show a systematic and logical approach. Explain those specific steps you take to diagnose and solve technical issues.
Right. If you're going for a more senior role, you can add another layer to your answer.
Okay, what do you mean?
You could talk about training your team on troubleshooting techniques, developing a system for documenting and resolving those common issues, maybe even implementing preventative maintenance to avoid downtime.
So it's not just about fixing things yourself. It's about sharing that knowledge and creating a culture of proactive problem solving.
Yeah, exactly. And again, RoleCatcher's AI can help here. It can highlight those times in your career where you successfully tackled tough technical issues or led a team to overcome a challenge.
This is really insightful. I'm feeling much more prepared to handle those technical questions. What's next?
Let's revisit question 7. It might seem basic, but it's important. How do you maintain a clean and organized scanning area?
I remember we talked about how a well-maintained workspace is key for efficiency, accuracy, safety, all of that.
Right. For leadership positions, you can bump this answer up a notch.
Yeah.
Talk about how you would set and enforce workplace standards for cleanliness and organization.
Okay.
Implement systems for managing supplies and equipment, conduct regular safety inspections.
So it's about showing that I not only keep my space clean, but I can also create a culture of organization and efficiency.
Exactly. RoleCatcher's AI can even help you find examples from your career where you demonstrated leadership in creating a safe and productive work environment.
Okay, I'm suddenly feeling the urge to clean my entire house. What's next?
Question 8, which is all about file management. How do you ensure that scanned documents are properly filed and saved?
Yeah, I remember talking about having that clear and consistent system, for naming, categorizing, storing digital files, emphasizing accuracy, organization, data security, all that good stuff.
Right. For those leadership roles, you can really impress them here.
How so?
Talk about how you develop standardized file management procedures for your team. Ensure compliance with data security rules, even explore new technologies for archiving and retrieving info.
So it's not just about my personal system. It's showing I can create a system that works for a whole team and keeps everything safe and organized.
Exactly. And RoleCatcher's AI can help you find examples from your career where you led the way in implementing effective file management systems.
This is really helpful. I'm feeling good about showing off my organizational skills. What else is there?
Let's go back to question 9. How do you ensure that scanned documents are accessible to those who need them?
Yeah, we talked about how important it is to understand accessibility principles, knowing different access methods, file formats, assistive technologies.
If you're aiming for a leadership position, you can take it up a notch here.
Okay, how?
Discuss how you'd advocate for accessibility within your organization. Implement those guidelines and standards for all scanning projects.
Okay.
Maybe even seek out training and resources to make sure your team can handle different accessibility needs.
So it's not just about my personal commitment. It's about creating a culture of inclusivity where everyone can access information.
Precisely. And RoleCatcher's AI can help you highlight those times in your career where you led the charge in making things more inclusive.
I'm feeling inspired to learn more about how I can advocate for accessibility in the workplace. What's our last question?
Last but not least, let's revisit question 10. How do you stay up to date with new scanning technologies and techniques?
I remember talking about showcasing that passion for the field, that commitment to always learning new things. We talk about industry publications, online forums, conferences, professional development, all that.
Exactly. But for leadership roles, you can really shine here.
Okay, tell me more.
Talk about how you would create a culture of continuous learning within your team. How would you create opportunities for professional development? Would you explore and implement new technologies to make your scanning operations even better?
So it's about showing I'm not just keeping up myself, I'm also inspiring my team to grow and adapt.
Exactly. And guess what? RoleCatcher's AI can help you highlight those times when you were a leader in driving innovation and promoting professional growth.
This deep dive has been incredible. We've covered so much about the scanning operator role, the career path, those tricky interview questions, and we've learned how RoleCatcher's AI can really help us prepare.
Preparing for an interview is so much more than just memorizing answers. It's about understanding what the interviewer is looking for, showing off your skills and experience in a way that stands out, and showing that passion and enthusiasm for the field.
And with RoleCatcher's AI, we can really tailor our responses, highlight our strengths, and show them we're the perfect fit for the job.
To all those aspiring scanning operators out there, embrace the power of preparation, use the resources you have available, and go out there and ace those interviews.
And that wraps up another episode of The Deep Dive. Until next time, keep diving.